Most men completely misunderstand attraction. They spend their entire lives chasing the wrong things, convinced that a woman is won over purely by good looks, a deep bank account, or having the smoothest pickup lines stored in their memory. They think romance is a performance where the loudest, flashiest guy in the room takes home the prize. But the hard truth is that it is not. None of those superficial things are the root cause of genuine attraction, which is why so many men find themselves endlessly confused, frustrated, and wondering why she pulled away despite all their effort. The reality is that attraction is an unspoken, silent conversation happening beneath the surface every single second you are around her. Long before a woman ever opens her mouth to tell you how she feels, her physical body is already broadcasting the unvarnished truth. Every subtle shift in her posture, every micro reaction to your presence, and every zone of her body acts as a natural gatekeeper to her inner trust. Women are biologically wired to read the room, the energy, and the intent long before logic ever enters the picture. When you do not know how to tune into this silent language, you are essentially flying blind, guessing her mood, and misinterpreting casual friendliness for deep connection. Think about how exhausting it is to constantly wonder if she likes you, if you said the wrong thing, or if you are stuck firmly in the friend zone. Every time you guess, you risk coming across as unsure of yourself, which instantly kills the vibe. But the moment you learn how to read these underlying zones and physical cues, everything shifts dramatically. You completely stop second-guessing every text, every look, and every interaction. Instead of stumbling around in the dark hoping for the best, you gain a clear, grounded view of the real dynamic playing out between the two of you, allowing you to move forward with absolute confidence, clarity, and ease. A woman's body operates on strict levels of emotional surrender, and this is where most men completely lose the plot. They try to rush the process, skipping straight to the intimate areas because they think physical contact is a fast track to her heart. But a woman's body does not work that way. It is built like a fortress with multiple layers of defense. You cannot simply jump the outer walls and expect a warm welcome. You have to earn access step by step, level by level, without trying to force your way through. Level 1. The arms and shoulders. This is where every single interaction begins, acting as the absolute baseline of human comfort. Touching her shoulder, grazing her arm while walking, or lightly tapping her elbow to get her attention is considered neutral territory. At this stage, there is no heavy chemistry or deep romantic tension required yet. It is purely about testing basic physical safety. If she allows your hand on her arm or shoulder without stiffening up, pulling away, or subtly leaning back, it simply means she is comfortable enough in your presence to keep the conversation going. It tells you she does not feel threatened by you, which is a solid foundation. However, you must recognize that this is just the starting line. Too many men mistake this casual baseline comfort for instant, burning attraction. They think a relaxed shoulder touch means she is completely won over, when in reality, it just means she feels safe enough to stand next to you in public. You have to respect this zone as neutral ground, enjoy the easy conversation, and let things build naturally without pushing for more too soon. Level 2. The hands and wrists. Once you have established basic comfort on neutral territory, the dynamic shifts when you move inward toward her hands and wrists. This is where real connection starts to take root and blossom. Hands and wrists are not just regular parts of the body, they are active tools of connection, expression, and control. Think about how much we use our hands every single day to defend ourselves, work, and interact with the world. When a woman willingly lets you take and hold her hand, she is making a conscious and subconscious choice to voluntarily give up a degree of that control to you. She is letting go of her self-protection. The wrist is even more exposed, pulsing with life and vulnerability, marking the exact threshold where casual interaction transforms into true, budding intimacy. When she lets you touch or hold her wrist without hesitation, her nervous system is telling her that you are no longer just a random stranger or a casual acquaintance. She is opening the door wider, letting you step past the outer gates, and inviting a much deeper, more personal current of energy to flow between the two of you. Level 3. The waist and lower back. Moving past the hands and wrists brings you to a much deeper, highly instinctive phase of physical interaction, the waist and lower back. This zone is completely different from the arms or hands because of how a woman experiences it in real time. When your hand rests gently on her lower back as you guide her through a crowded room or pull her slightly closer while standing, she cannot actually see what you are doing. She cannot look down and monitor your hand with her eyes. Because of this blind spot, her brain treats the gesture as an immediate, raw test of safety and instinct. When a man touches her lower back, her internal alarm system instantly goes to work behind the scenes. Her subconscious mind asks a very primal question. Can I completely trust this person right now, or should I tense up and step away? If she stays right where she is, relaxes into your touch, or leans in closer without pulling away or creating distance, she is giving you an incredible green light. That lack of resistance is her body's way of telling you that she views you as completely safe, physically capable, and entirely worthy of sharing her personal space. She trusts your strength and your leadership in that exact moment, proving that the dynamic between you has shifted from casual friendliness into genuine physical attraction. Level 4. The neck and face. After passing the safety test of the lower back, you reach the final, most vulnerable layers of physical connection, the neck and the face. This is sacred territory, and a woman guards it fiercely against anyone who hasn't earned the right to be there. Think about the sheer biology of the human body. The neck is one of the most fragile, biologically vulnerable areas we possess, housing the main airway and carrying an exposed, beating pulse right beneath the skin. Throughout human history, letting someone close to your neck meant surrendering your life into their hands. It requires a profound, deep-seated level of trust to allow a man inside that boundary. The face carries an entirely different kind of weight because it represents her core identity, her raw expression, and who she is to the world. When a woman allows you to gently cup her face, brush a strand of hair from her cheek, or place your hand near her neck, she is completely letting her guard down on every single level. This is not casual, and it is certainly not something she does lightly for just anyone. Allowing you access to her face and neck requires raw, primal trust and total emotional openness. It means her emotional walls have completely crumbled, and she is inviting you to see her at her most exposed, authentic, and genuinely connected state, beyond the shoulders, the hands, the lower back, and even the sacred territory of the face and neck. There is one final level that completely outranks all the rest. It is the absolute pinnacle of physical trust, and almost every man walking the earth misses what it truly means. They look right at it every single day and have no idea the massive psychological power it holds. It is her hair. To understand why hair is the ultimate test, you have to look past the surface and realize how deeply symbolic it is to a woman. A woman's hair is intimately tied to her femininity, her personal identity, and her raw emotional expression. It is one of the very first things she styles, protects, and uses to express how she feels about herself to the world. Throughout her day, she uses her own hair as a natural emotional barometer. She twirls it or tucks it behind her ear when she is nervous, flips it when she is feeling playful and flirting, and adjusts it when she is processing strong, heavy emotions. It is something she considers entirely hers, her own personal domain. When a woman willingly allows you to touch her hair, run your fingers through it, or gently move it out of her face, she is doing something monumental. She is literally handing over the controls of something she normally guards fiercely. She is letting go of her self-preservation and inviting you into her most guarded space. And you will know the exact second she has truly surrendered to the moment by her physical reactions. If she leans into your hand, tilts her head to catch more of your touch, closes her eyes, or breaks out into a genuine, unthinking smile, pay close attention. That is never a calculated choice or a polite gesture. She isn't thinking about how she looks or what she should do next. That is her autonomic nervous system completely overriding her thoughts and signaling absolute, total safety. Her body is telling her nervous system that you are not a threat, that she is entirely protected in your presence, and that she wants the moment to last forever. When you strip away all the dating advice, the noise, and the confusion, the truth about human connection becomes crystal clear. Touch is never about cheap tricks, manipulative seduction hacks, or rehearsed pickup lines. It is a deep biological language driven by chemistry, neurology, and visceral instinct. Long before a woman ever finds the words to tell you how she feels about you, her body is already shouting the truth. Every zone she opens to you, every barrier she lets down, and every inch of ground she allows you to cover is a window into her soul. When she finally lets you all the way in, her body is revealing a reality her mouth hasn't admitted yet. Stop trying to force the outcome or rush the process. Build your trust brick by brick, step by step, and stay completely genuine in who you are. Respect the boundaries, read the signs as they unfold, and always let her actions speak infinitely louder than anything she could ever say.